All right, here's the progress on the shop. It doesn't look like much, but it's been raining for days here, so I had to tarp it. But let's go down inside and see what we've been up to. That and this are the two piers for the garage door posts. We got all the rebar tied. Have a mid-span post to support the roof. There's some steel, and that's the pier for that. That's the post for the header, which will be a steel I-beam. The ridge beam, I mean. That fan has been wonderful during this rainy, tinted day. There's the fifth pier, my other center support. A little bit of dirt came in here, mud because of the rain. Got my electrical conduit in and my ground wires. This one goes out so I can attach to a ground rod. This one is attached to the rebar, about 25 feet of it with the lug. Keeps going that way. Put the lug there because I had to splice it. There is the rainwater dispersal tool when the water is too much on the top of the tarps. And we're back around to the other side. So I have been tying rebar today since 8 o'clock this morning. It's now 7 o'clock at night and we're finally finished tying rebar. Went through about 1,500 ties, 6-inch rebar ties. Maybe more than that, maybe closer to 2,000. Just felt like it was never going to end. Tomorrow I get to start the interior forms, and then Friday I have concrete scheduled. Alright, here we are pouring concrete in the forms. Pouring the stem wall for the shop. Over there. Ours is racing this morning. Alright, so finished pouring the foundation walls yesterday. Today I've started stripping it, taking off braces, taking off some of the wood. Got a lot of work left. It's almost as much work to take it apart as it was to build it. these two piers that hold the garage door posts. I have to set the post and then pour around them. And there's my man door. And there's the first exterior wall stripped. There's my pile of future rafters. Here we are, halfway backfilled.
Hey, Sunday, Rumble complete upgrade. And green.
So short here. Fill dirt to backfill this before I put in gravel.
What? What's either?
Okay, this brings us up to date where I am with my shop. What I failed to record though was the day in between the day that I tied the rebar with my son. That was a 12-hour day tying rebar. And the day that I poured the foundation, which was also a big day pouring concrete. On that morning it rained on top of my tarps that you saw in the video, and it collapsed the tarps and filled up the trench with about 1.5 feet of water. So several hundred gallons of water had to be pumped out and then vacuumed. I had to vacuum up all the puddles, and it set me back several hours. So that day I was expecting to get started forming at about 7 in the morning. Instead it was 1:30 or 2 in the afternoon before I really got going. And because of that, the concrete, which was scheduled for 7 o'clock the next morning, had to be pushed back, and I still was running behind, and I wasn't able to get strings on. I got everything braced so it didn't blow out, but my walls turned out a little wavy. Luckily I have 2,500 bricks sitting around in a pile down below, and I will use those bricks to straighten out the walls so that from the outside everything will be nice and straight and clean. Also, I was able to salvage or save about 62 by 8s from the forms, and I will use those to build my roof. Those will be my roof framing. So that brings us up to date with where we are in my workshop. Thanks.